Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you? How's today? Hump day doing Wednesday. We're here today, it's 7 o'clock, 7:02 actually, and try to start on time as much as possible. I just want to, congratulate you guys for hanging in there in these tough times. What we've gone through, and to be perfectly honest with you, we have to be thankful every day for what we have, and most importantly, be thankful that that hurricane didn't come our way. Okay, because let me tell you, some of the people that I've seen, going through what they've lost their whole life savings, and also not only their monetary, but they've also lost a lot of lives. I think the last count was over 100 people that died in this past hurricane. So Hurricane Ian or something like that. But I feel bad for these people, and I just I hope they can get back on their feet, and they will. I remember Hurricane Irma, which was not as bad as Ian, but Hurricane Irma practically destroyed almost our home in Marathon, and it was. It took me 4 months, 4 to 5 months to get everything back together again. We had a flood surge of over 4 feet, and it was incredible. So if anything, whenever you're told to leave or to evacuate, do so. Okay, especially if you're in a flood zone area. Okay, the flood surges are with these hurricanes, especially if they're category 4 or 5. I remember Hurricane Irma came with a category 4, and Ian was almost a category 5 when it hit Fort Myers and Sanibel. I remember going to Sanibel Island. I love going to Sanibel Island, and it's a beautiful little island there, and they have the most beautiful beaches, and fishing is great. Well, now you can't even get to the island. It's incredible. So guys, your life can change, dramatically from one day to the next. Okay. We're talking about hurricanes, but you can talk about, losing your job, economic instability, anything can happen. So we all have to be prepared, with the times, and hopefully, you'll have, I'm going to give you some ideas, as to what's happening, in today's real estate market, how we can pretty much avoid, being on the downside, because when the rates are this high, it's really difficult to get your first time home buyers to qualify for a purchase for a house. But anyway, as usual, I'm glad the ones that are able to attend are attending, and I'll have my recording here on YouTube, so you'll be able to go to my channel and take a look at the recording. One of the, I want to go over a little about motivation and what it takes to really be successful, okay, in business and in life. I was coached by a gentleman by the name of John Delemy. He's a high-end business coach, and he's changed lives worldwide. He's published like 20 or 25 books, and he's a business coach. And I was with him for almost a year and a half in coaching. And when I got introduced to him, I was in I was the lowest possible place that I could be. Okay, my debts were up to here. I had no money saved up. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't know where to turn. Okay, so I chose to go to his meetings, and it was a group of people, and we all got together, and it was like a a brainstorming. He was my mentor, and he's still my mentor. Okay, but I learned so much through his teachings that I really want to share. I want to share some things with you that I learned. Okay, that might be able to help you. Okay. One of the things I'm going to go over 7 simple yet highly profitable decisions that you can choose to implement in your business. Okay, to radically change your business and your lives, your personal lives. Decision number 1, you got to release your stubbornness. Okay, we all are stubborn. I'm one of them. Okay, if you're stubborn, nothing changes. Okay, stubbornness is an internal self-belief mechanism that covers up your low esteem and blocks your success. Don't be so stubborn that you don't choose to go out and attempt to achieve success. Okay, if you are stubborn, you won't implement change. Okay, change will not occur with stubborn people. And in order for you to get ahead, something has to change. If you want to be a little more successful than you were 5 years ago, guess what? You got to change. You got to change something. And if you're too stubborn to change, you want to stay in your comfort zone, that's fine, but don't expect things to change for you. Okay. If you don't implement change, you will fail. You will definitely fail and flatline. Okay. Decision number 2, follow through with your future results. Okay. You will never have record-breaking results if you don't make a decision to follow through. Okay. Every day is day 1. Keep going. Don't give up. Press on, and be persistent. Okay. Persistent is probably the key to success. Okay. Press through, because once you build your momentum, even if you're building your momentum slowly, that's fine. 1 mile an hour is fine, but continuously build your momentum. Okay. Success is easy, but if you don't follow through and quit halfway, then you'll only get halfway through the success journey. And what happens to most people is that they quit. They quit halfway during the journey. At the moment where they could have had a tremendous amount of success, they quit. Okay. So guys, never quit. Okay. Decision number 3, you got to be willing to listen. Okay. Willing to listen. You have to listen and have a willing heart, without ego. Okay. A lot of people have their egos up here, and you can't even talk to them. You can't. Okay. When you feel a tugging in your heart, that's when you have to make the decision to step out in faith. Okay. Like they say, faith does not make sense, but it makes miracles. You got to have that faith. Okay. If you're not willing to listen, nothing will change in your life. Okay. Think about it. When you rearrange the letters in the word listen, you get silent. Okay. You can't listen if you're continuously talking. When you're doing a presentation, listen. Don't talk so much. Okay. Listen and ask questions. Okay. Just stay, quiet and implement. Okay. Decision number 4, truly understand a life of responsibility. Okay. Changing lives is absolutely your responsibility. It's my responsibility. That's my why. Okay. My why is changing lives. Okay. Being able to help that first-time homeowner, like when I was first-time home purchase, that's the most important purchase that family is going to make. Okay. How important it is for you to be there with them during this process, and to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Okay. It's their most important investment that they'll ever make. The wealth in this country is built on real estate. Okay. You're responsible for going beyond the call of duty. Okay. For identifying a problem and closing and giving a bonus, give out bonuses. It's not your industry, and it's not the price point that determines your success. Okay. It's not the 1.5% commission. that your competitor is charging. You know, it's not the 100% commission that you're getting from your broker. You know, it's more than that. Okay. You know, it's everything that you are doing for your consumer or for your customer or your agent. Okay. To give them the best experience when they do business with you. Okay. What an honor. You know, you are in business of changing lives, and that's a big responsibility. Big responsibility. Okay. But we are in the business of changing lives. Okay. Every day that goes by, we have an opportunity to make things better for other people. Okay. And our ability, you know, our income is going to be equal to as many problems that we're able to solve. Okay. So yeah, we're going to have problems. You know, a real estate transaction has a dozen hurdles. Okay. That's normal. Okay. You have to understand that that's normal, and you just got to do the best you can. Okay. And be knowledgeable. Okay. And if you don't understand what's going on, or you don't understand anything, you know, make sure you have a mentor, you know, to ask that person, hey, what should I tell my buyer or my seller? I have this situation, I can't, or a mortgage situation where you don't know where to turn. You know, you got to have somewhere to turn, someone that you can talk to. Okay. The second by second challenge, you got to challenge yourself. Okay. You can't go through life without challenges. Okay. When you challenge yourself to be better, not only financially, but physically, emotionally. Okay. You free yourself from worry, stress, and anxiety. Okay. That's a true fact. Okay. Don't stay stagnant. You know, everything in life is a choice. All right. Choose to move through your struggles and challenges yourself through your journey of success. Okay. And you will overcome your challenges as long as you commit to that 1 mile an hour process. Okay. Day by day, little by little. Okay. Don't let a day go by that you go home and you go to sleep and you look at your agenda and you say, what did I do today? You know, how many contacts did I make today? How many calls did I make today? How many people did I help? Okay. How much did I give today? Okay. I'm not talking about, you know, giving monetarily, but giving of yourself, you know, giving of your expertise to help, you know, your clients. Okay. Decision number 6, reality of what I really did. Okay. What are you really doing every day? Okay. Talking about doing something every day, right? This is a decision where you have to be completely honest with yourself. Take responsibility for your actions, because ultimately you create your own reality. You know, we all will create our own reality in life. Okay. You should be breaking records. Okay. You should be making goals, you know, little goals, you know, start off. Hey, I want to get a listing this month. You know, I want to make a sale in the next 3 months. Okay. Anything, and then work towards that goal. Okay. You should be taking action and crushing fear. Okay. Fear, believe me, will stand in the way of you doing a lot, or of you making a decision that you know, how many times it's happened to me, how many opportunities, you know, have we missed because of procrastination and fear? A lot. Okay. You want people to ask you, how in the world are you breaking records? Okay. When people see you changing, you know, you're going to inspire them. Okay. That's an awesome experience. Okay. When they see you being successful, they're going to listen to you. Okay. The last decision, number 7, the last decision that's a very highly profitable decision that you can choose to implement, is commitment. Okay. I'm a man that believes in affirmations, and I really feel that, you know, we all should every day read affirmations, positive affirmations. Okay. One of the most important books where you can get a lot of affirmations is the Bible. Okay. I am committed to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to be a champion. Okay. You have to commit like you never commit before. Okay. To have different results. All right. You don't want to be stuck like everybody else and which allows fear to trap them. Fear will override you and will kill you. Okay, so you got to be different, and you got to commit. Okay, you got to have goals. Okay, you got to have written goals. All right, it's not just to have a goal and not implement the things that you need to accomplish the goal. Okay, if you have a goal of getting one listing this month, well, talk to your broker and ask them, hey, what do I need to get a listing? What's the activity that I need to do to get listings? Okay, but anyway, that's the part on motivation and self-development, which I don't believe too much in motivation, to be honest with you. I mean, I believe more in self-development. Motivation is important, but you can go to a seminar or a webinar or whatever and be this high, and then when you walk out the door, what happened to that motivation? That motivation is gone. So you got to consistently. Motivation is good if you apply it consistently every day, and implement. Okay, and read books. Self-development is one of the most important things that that you can do. Okay. All right, I wanted to go over the like I said in my on the introduction to the meeting today, to the training. I wanted to go over the state of the union, the state of the economy. Okay, what's going on in our economy in the real estate market? So I'm gonna go here to I'm gonna give you some stats here, just interesting stats. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go to Miami-Dade right here. Yeah. Okay. South Florida. Okay, these are stats for South Florida. Okay. Now let me do a screen share for you here. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. Find my screen share here for a minute. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I can't find my screen share here now. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Okay, where's my screen share? Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. It's I got lost here. Let's see here. Getting on the screen share here. Okay, here we go. And we're going to screen share here. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me screen share this here. Okay. My eyes are getting worse by the day. Okay, there we go. All right. South Florida market stats. Okay. This is the stats from in South Florida from all the closings that were done from in the month of June, and at comparison to the month of June of 2021 to the month of June this year of 22. Okay, as you can see here, closed sales June of this year went down. So sales are down 26%. Okay. The last year at about this time, as you can see, we had 1,542 closed sales. Okay. Percentage in cash sales out of this, 25% were cash sales last year, and this year 30%. Median price ranges 500 last year to 579. So we're not seeing yet a big decline in values, as you can see here. Here's a dollar volume, 1,200,000,000. Okay. Dollar volume went down 17%. Okay. We got the medium time to contract is about the same. Medium time of sales is about the same. Monthly supply of inventory. This went up, and it's going to be going up even further. Okay, from 2.2 months to 2.8. So that means that inventory levels are going up, and by inventories going up, it's gonna make it a little bit easier to compete in the market, with your buyers. Okay, I think no longer will we see listings where you get an offer and there's 10 or 15 offers already there standing waiting, competing with your offer. I think we're not gonna see that anymore. I mean, I still have every once in a while a listing that we get multiple offers, but it's definitely not the same as it was a couple of months ago or even last year. Okay. Let's see, this is the condos. Okay, the closed sales on condos. This made a big drop here. Look at the drop from closed sales from 2,500 last year to 1,700. That's a 30% drop in condo sales. Okay, what is that telling you? That's telling us that condos that we're gonna have a lot more condos to sell. Okay, it's important that you understand condos. I think are the wave of the future with the values of properties going up so high. And why? Because condos are lower in price. As you can see here, the average price for a condo last year was $340, and this year is $410. Compare that to the house. Look at this, $500 to $579, single family. Okay. The thing about condos is the financing. The financing, the bank is going to want to know that the property has reserves. Reserves are basically an escrow account for any uncertain repairs that the property needs, a new roof, etc. The rule that the lenders have is that they want to see at least close to 10% of what they collect in reserves. Let's say they collect $100,000 a year, so they want to see at least $10,000 in reserves. Condos that have reserves and are not in litigation, these are approved condos. Okay, approved condo means that you can get your buyer in these condos for as little as 5% down. Okay, so even 3% down, you can get them, 3 to 5% down, conventional. So this is a great thing for people who are renting. People that are renting, paying $2,000, $2,500 a month. You can show them how they can buy a place and pay less than that. Okay, and guys, that's the key in today's market. Okay, you need to compare, what your buyers are paying for rent. Okay, compare what they're paying for rent and sit down with a calculator and say, hey, let's take a moment and let's figure out, how much money are you paying in rent? And if they tell you, well, I'm paying $2,000 a month, say, okay, multiply $2,000 a month by 12. That's $24,000 per year. Okay. Let's say a home payment might be $2,500 a month. Okay. Now that $2,500 a month comes with a lot of advantages. Okay. Owner advantages. Number one, you're building equity. okay, your $2,500 a month, part of that monthly payment, guess what? Goes to your principal. It goes to lower the years of your mortgage. All right. Rent, you cannot do that with rent. Rent is a lifetime thing. Okay. Plus, you have your taxes and insurance, which at the end of the year are tax deductible. Okay, that's another advantage. And the last advantage is appreciation. As you can see from these stats, property values are going up. Okay, yeah, they can come down a little bit, they go up, they come down, but generally real estate values over the last 50 years have gone up. Okay, so these are the things that you need to sit down with your buyer and go over. And if they're going to be paying a little more to purchase, or maybe the same, you might be able to get them a condo where they'll pay less than they'll pay less in a mortgage than they're paying rent. I mean, that's a done deal right there. Okay, if you can show them that, show them that. Okay, so anyway, what the market appears to be indicating is that there are going to be more listings out there for sale. Price values, at least in Dade County here in South Florida, have not come down yet. That's not saying that they're going to come down, that they're not going to come down. We could see a decline in real estate values, but as of now, there's a huge demand for homes, for single family homes, and what I think has affected the market mostly is that most of the owners, most of these buyers, they're working from home. So a lot of times, they don't need to, their office is all in their home. So what that means is, they're not paying office rent. They're not paying phone lines. They're not paying insurance. So their demand, I mean, their desire to buy a home with office space, etc., is tremendous. Is tremendous. Okay, before, when we didn't work at home, you'd have to go to work most of the time, and you wouldn't even be home. I mean, you'd be home just to sleep. Now with most people working from home, guess what? They can buy a home anywhere. Okay, anywhere they can buy a home, and you have to understand that. Okay, and there's a bunch of programs out there that you can communicate with your buyer. A lot of the Generation X's, the people that are between the ages of 30 and 50, or 30 and 40, they're buying homes in rural areas. Okay, there's a program out there called USDA. This is a program where your buyer can buy a home in a rural area. Okay, what's the definition of a rural? The Redlands. Okay, the Redlands. Somewhere where there's the property has maybe an acre or 2 acres, a half acre. A rural area, not incorporated in city. So they can actually buy a home with no money down, and with great interest rates. Okay. Also, the VA is another opportunity. There's a lot of veterans out there. You don't have to be a veteran for too long to qualify for a VA loan. As long as you are on active duty, I think the minimum is 3 or 6 months. Okay, and you were honorably discharged, you qualify for a VA loan. So a lot of people ask me, oh, how long do I have to be with the service to qualify for a VA loan? 90 days. Okay, you don't have to be with. My son-in-law was with the service for I believe it was 4 years. Okay, and he qualified for a VA loan, but you don't have to be with the service for 4 years to qualify. Okay. There's a lot of marketing you can do to veterans. A lot of marketing. Areas where you can go to and talk to veterans and help them out and tell them what the opportunity that they have to buy a house with no money down. Okay, so let me see here. Let's see what we got next year. Okay. Oh, here these are the stats in Dade County, which are very, very similar to what I just showed you. Okay, very, very similar. Okay, the stats here in Dade County, closed sales in 2022, 1,139. Closed sales in June of 2021, 1,500. Drop of 26% on closed sales. Okay, and cash buyers are going down also. As you can see here, there were 400 cash buyers last year that month, and this month there's 344. Okay, median price range remains high. As you can see here, it went up from 500 to 579. We'll see what happens next year. Average sales price. Okay, this is interesting. Average sales price, $1 million in June of 2022, and the median was 579. Incredible, incredible. Dollar volume from 1.5 billion to 1.2 billion. That's a 17% drop. Okay. Average median time to sell, median time on contract, 14 days to 15 days. Okay. Pending sales. So as you can see, the market here in South Florida hasn't really been affected that much. Now you go up to the middle of the state here, Orlando, Tampa, and those areas are worse. They're in worst situation than we are right now. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. Let's see what else I wanted to go over here. Okay. All right. I went over the USDA loan, down payment assistance loans. That's another area that you can talk to your buyer to get them to buy now. Okay, say, hey, listen, have you inquired with a lender about down payment assistance programs? You know, there are down payment assistance programs out there where you can purchase a home with no money down, which is great. Imagine no money down, seller pays 3%. Okay, or if you're able to get a buy down, a 2-1 buy down, okay, with no money down. What is a 2-1 buy down? A 2-1 buy down is where the seller agrees to pay, 2% or 3% in closing costs, and that closing cost goes towards the interest rate. Okay, by that closing cost going towards the interest rate, let's say if the rates were 6.5% today, which that's about what they are, your buyer can start off with a 4.5% rate, for a 30-year mortgage. Okay, that's a big deal, guys. Okay, you have to share these ideas with your buyer and with your seller. When you're sitting down with a seller, hey, listen, you want to make your home more attractive to the buyer. Okay, can we consider a buy down, a 2-1 buy down? That's gonna help your house sell. You put that on the MLS, and that's gonna help the house. That's gonna, you're gonna be selling that house much quicker than any other house in that neighborhood. Okay, so the 2-1 buy down, talk to your buyers about that. Make that comparison, rental versus purchases. Always ask your buyer. These are two major questions to ask them. Okay, how much are they paying in rent? Okay, and do they have a lease? The reason that you want to ask that is that most people have a lease, and you know what? If their lease expires a year from now, you don't have motivated buyers in your hands. Okay, now if the lease expires in 3 or 4 months, you know that your buyer is going to have to buy or die in 3 months. They're going to have to buy or rent another place in 3 months. So you want to work with them. Okay, you want to see what the buyer's motivation to buy. What is their motivation to buy? Why do they need to move from where they're at? Okay, I have a listing right now where the mother and daughter share a room, and the grandma stays in the other room. It's only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. Okay, they are in need of a bigger home. They are in need of a 3 or 4 bedroom home. Okay, so we're selling their home, and they're going to be buying another home in up in the area of Ocala, which they're going to be buying a home up there for a lot less the equity that they're going to get out of their townhouse here is going to almost be enough to be able to buy a house up there, to put a big down payment and have a very low monthly payment. So these are all the things that you need to weigh and ask questions. Before you go out with a buyer, sit down with them. And if you're on the phone with them, ask them these questions. Hey, are you renting? How much are you renting? What are your needs? How many children do you have? Which schools are you looking to buy in an area that has good schools? Find out if your buyer, what your buyer's priority is. If your buyer's priority is to just to be close to work, that's a big priority. Okay, so you need to find them a property that's close to their job. Hey, where do you work? What area do you work in? And then concentrate on selling them something close to that area. So, our job is to match, to match the property to their needs, to our buyer's needs, our client's needs. Okay, and you can't match the property unless you know what the client's needs are. And how are you going to know what the client's needs are? Is by asking questions. Okay, you have to ask questions to your buyer. Okay, let's see here. Down payment assistance programs, the 2-1 buy down. FHA, remember FHA allows closing costs 6%. Okay, conventional does not. So if you have a buyer that has 3% down, 3.5% down, and does not have the closing costs, you can get the seller to pay all the closing costs and more. Okay, and by all means, do not shy away from your buyers that have credit challenges. Okay, I can't emphasize to you guys how many people we have helped, okay, through our credit restoration that would not have owned a home if it wasn't for us. If it wasn't for them coming to me and us explaining to them what they have to do to fix their credit. Okay, so don't shy away from anybody that has a 480 credit score, 580 credit score. Most important thing is that person has a job, has a steady job, and they've been working for at least 2 years, has good income. If they have good income, have a steady job, bring them our way. Okay, they might not buy a house right now, but let me tell you, in 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months, you'll be selling them a house. Okay, and they'll be so happy with you. Their credit's going to shoot up. Okay, I've had the opportunity to learn the credit industry, backwards and forwards, and I've learned how to help people with their credit, how to help them establish credit, and I've had a tremendous success rate, with helping people with bad credit. So don't shy away from anybody that has challenged credit. We have a lot of tools that we can help your buyer establish a higher credit. Okay, so let's see here. This program is very popular today. I don't know if you have heard of the DSCR. It's called the debt service coverage ratio. Okay, let me do a screen share on this one. Yeah. Okay, the debt service coverage ratio. Okay, what in the world is a DSCR? Okay, what in the world is a DSCR? Okay, well, the DSCR is a program for investors. Okay, how many people do you know that own a home, have tons of money, in the bank, okay, and are looking to make an investment, are looking for a tax shelter, okay, are looking for to buy a property? Hey, buying a home, a single family or a duplex. Buying a property is an investment, and this one property could be the solution to your retirement. Okay, I don't know many people out there that are sitting on a 401k with a $500,000 or $1 million. Okay, I don't know many people that have IRAs, okay, or have any type of investment programs for their future. All right, here you can sit down with a prospective buyer and say, hey, you already own a home, you know, why don't you buy a home and as an investment, okay? Either you can buy a home, put it on Airbnb. You can buy a second home, okay? Put it on Airbnb and use it yourself, okay? Or you can buy a home that's already rented, or you can get a tenant for that home. Okay, now how easy it is today to rent. You know, rents are sky high. All right. Anyway, this program was built for that type of investor. Okay, and basically what it means is the debt service, which is the mortgage. Okay, they will allow any buyer with 20% down. Listen to this: 20% down with stated no income. You don't even have to state your income. Okay, no stated income. You don't have to put employment in the application. All you have to have is a bank account, okay, and show that you're putting the 20% down and maybe some reserves. But that's all, guys. You don't need to. Oh, and credit. They will look at your credit. Average, you know, the credit scores, the minimum I believe is around 620, 640 on these programs. Okay. And basically your buyer qualifies for the DSR program, DSCR, if the mortgage payment pretty much equals the rent that you're receiving. Okay, that's called a 1% ratio. Okay, where it matches, where your rent payment will be almost or equal to your mortgage payment. Okay, that's the ratio that they're talking about. How do you figure the ratio? Okay, let me give you an example. This is a little calculator to determine DSCR ratios. Okay, here we have a property that has a gross income, yearly gross income of $40,000 per year. Okay, $40,000 per year is a rental of approximately $3,333. Okay, now this property. Let's assume that this is a house, and you're buying it for $400,000. Okay, $400,000, and you're putting down 20%. Okay, so you're financing what, 80%? That's 400,000. Okay, times 80%. That's okay. You're financing. You just plug in 320,000 there. Okay. And the rate, let's say they're getting a rate of 7%, 7.5%, let's say. Okay. Whoops. Loan term, 30 years. And the rate, 7.5%, 7.5. Okay, let me make sure you're seeing this here. Yeah. Okay. Calculate. All right. See, we have a net operating income. What is net operating income? Net operating income is your gross income. Well, we don't minus if you have a vacancy. In this case, there's no vacancy ratio. Okay, let's recalculate it. All right, your operating expenses are basically your taxes and insurance on a property. Okay, and if you have water, if you have to pay water, you have to include that in your operating expenses. So your NOI, if your gross was 40,000, your NOI, which is not net operating income, would be 32,500. You see, and then here you got your debt service. Your debt service. What is debt service? Is the mortgage, principal and interest, 320,000, 30 years, 7.5%. That comes out to $26,849. Okay, so the ratio is right here. You divide. Okay, you have your debt. Your debt income, your debt service ratio here, okay, equals your NOI, which is here 32.5, divided by your debt service. Okay, in other words, the 32.5 divided by your debt service of 26,849, it gives you a DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, of 1.21%. Okay, you're fine. 1.1% is fine. Now, I've had questions. I said, many investors ask me, well, Elias, that's fine, but what if I get a ratio of under 1%? Okay, the rents may not cover, the rents may not cover the mortgage payment plus taxes and insurance. Well, that's fine. All right, but what happens is when that happens, the lender will increase your down payment from 20% to 30%. Okay, from 20% to 30%. Instead of putting 20% down, you got to put 30% down. Okay, so that kind of explains the DSCR ratio, DSCR program. And believe me, guys, this is a very good program for those homeowners that own a home and they have a little money stashed away. Heck, what a better way to invest your money than to invest in a condo, in a property where you can rent out. Especially if you sit down with them and they don't have a 401k, okay, or they could have a 401k. Maybe they have a retirement program that they can take money out of their 401k to go into this, or money from an IRA account to go into this. This would be a great investment. And in some cases, you can roll over your IRA. You can do a rollover. And keep your IRA account and buy a property. That's incredible, guys. Okay, incredible. Just wanted to mention before we close here, we're almost done. We have a new lender. Okay, let me go here for a second to show you the new lender that we got. Okay, right here. Okay, we have a new lender, and the new lender is called Orion. Okay. Orion Lending. Okay, the reason that I wanted to get on board with them is that I was really impressed with all of their programs, and it's the only lender that I have that goes to 550. Look at this, guys, 550 FHA credit score. Okay, the only other lender that I have that does is 580 minimum. Okay, they even have a program FHA that you don't need any scores at all. How about that? Okay, VA down to 580. The USDA loan, like I was talking to you about, 620 minimum, conventional 620. They have down payment assistant, which I did not have any lender. I only had one that did down payment assistant. Okay, they got the DSCR loan, what we just went over. They got the 12-month bank statements loan. Okay, what is a 12-month bank statement loan? Well, you have a buyer that's self-employed and your buyer can't qualify because of his income tax returns. Well, guess what? If they have sufficient deposits, they can do a 12-month bank statement loan. Okay. I have a lender that even does a 3-month bank statement loan. Okay, that's unbelievable. Okay. We have asset utilization. What does that mean? Well, you're sitting on a 401k, you're sitting in the bank with $1 million. Okay. And believe me, there's buyers out there that do have that kind of money. I just saw one the other day. Very nice couple. They're from China, Chinese. They own several businesses, and when they showed me their bank account, I almost flipped. They had $1.8 million in their bank account. Okay. So what asset utilization means is that they'll use those assets to qualify. So what they'll do is they'll divide those, certain qualified assets, they'll divide them by 7 years or 6 years, and they'll use that as income to qualify. So how good is that for these people that are retired that don't have an income, that all they have is Social Security? We can use their assets to qualify. Guys, jump on this. There's a lot of programs out there that you might not be aware of. Okay, you got to be aware of all this stuff. Okay, this is one of the only lenders that I know. There's one other one that does single wide manufactured homes. Okay, they got programs where they got 1099 programs. I just had a call today from one of my loan officers. He says, Elias, I have a client. His income tax shows $100,000 gross, and on his Schedule C shows $10,000. That guy would not qualify anywhere. Okay, Now, I asked him, I said, does he have a 1099? He said, yeah. How much is in the 1099? The 1099 was close to 100,000. So we have a program where we can use 1 year 1099 to qualify for a home. Okay. We can use W-2 only. Okay. But this is a great thing for those self-employed people out there. Okay. We got full doc non-QM. That means that if you have a buyer that doesn't qualify under normal circumstances, they can qualify for non-QM. Non-QM means non-qualified mortgage. Okay, so this company, Orion, that's one of the reasons I wanted to join them, and we just got approved, and we're ready to go. And last but not least, guys, don't forget the reverse mortgage. There's reverse mortgages out there. We got reverse mortgages for buyers. You can buy a house with a reverse mortgage, believe it or not. Okay, it's not only refi, you can purchase a home with a reverse mortgage. Let's say you got a retired snowbird that wants to come to Florida and buy a home. They sold their home in New Hampshire. They sold it for $1.5 million, and they don't want to put all the money into the home here. Okay, because let me tell you, it's not a good idea to have your home paid off and not have the equity working for you. Okay. Robert Kawasaki says that your home is not an asset if it's not producing income. Okay. Yeah, and he's right. I mean, you can have a home, a beautiful home, on the ocean or whatever, on the pool, with a pool, and that home is worth $1.5 million, and you don't have the equity there. 1.5 million not working for you. Well, with this reverse mortgage, you can have your buyer come in with say $500,000-$700,000, and they can finance the rest. They can get a reverse mortgage. They'll keep the money, and they won't have to make a mortgage payment for the rest of their lives. Hey guys, how cool is that? Okay. Anyway, let me know. We offer all these programs. If you need me to sit down with you, your client, to go over, all these items that I just mentioned, let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. Okay, we can either do it at the office or we can do it online. Zoom is incredible. I mean, I'm right here. I'm doing the training in Zoom, which it'll also be recorded. It's being recorded, so it'll be on YouTube on my channel. Make sure that you're on my channel, my YouTube channel, okay? Because I have all my trainings are going to be there. So I know you guys are busy, and a lot of times you can't get online. So, but they're always there. So whenever on the weekends, whenever you have time, please, I encourage you to go in there and take a look at it. Okay. Anyway, thanks again, and it's been a pleasure being with you guys and teaching you a little bit. Okay. I hope you learned something. I'm learning something every day. Okay. Every day I learn something new, and I've been in the business for almost 40 years. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday, God willing, and my blessings to everybody, and keep your faith. Remember the saying, faith doesn't make sense. That's why it makes miracles. Bye.